Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn Wilson and I'm glad you're joining me tonight. I want to just encourage you to tell you you can do it. So we are all getting through 22 with success. It might be little successes, but we're going to do this. We're going to do this. So tonight I want to talk to you that if you're broke, raise your hand. You know, some of us are more broke than others. I don't care how you got there. I don't care what made you broke. You made some poor choices. You just don't make enough money. Life has just dealt you a bad deck of cards right now. You know, if you're in a situation where you're feeling the pain of not having a lot of money and it's hard to make ends meet, I want to talk to you about some just very basic, super practical money saving tips for when you're broke. So stay tuned and we're going to talk about that. Okay, now before we get into our money saving tips, I had an interesting day, let me just say. So I had some gifts given to me by some viewers, and Laurel, I want to thank you. I received this little package here of tissues. How handy is this? Perfect for the stockpile, perfect for my pocketbook, in the cooler bag when you're going somewhere, in your travel tote, have it work. So thank you so much for giving me this nice 8-pack of tissues. That's from Laurel, and I want to say thank you very much. Then I had a local woman, and Edie, hello, thank you so much. She called to say she had something for me, but she's not able to get out, and if I could come pick it up, she would love it. Well, it ended up we have a mutual friend, without getting into all the details, and they were able to stop over for something else for her and sent this to me. So she picked up for my stockpile a box of crackers. How cool is that? Another form of bread that we can use with our soup. We can put peanut butter and jelly on it. We can put cream cheese on it. I love saltines and butter. Like, that is something I grew up with. How many of you did that? You grew up with saltines and butter. Oh, there's something about that. And she also gave us a blueberry pie. So we have a nice blueberry pie. How cool is that? So we're going to enjoy that tonight with part of our dinner. And then I got a nice card in the mail. And Margaret, you have been a blessing upon blessing upon blessing. That's all I can say. And we don't live that far away from you, a little bit, but not too bad. So maybe one day we'll connect. Look at this beautiful card. Margaret, I'm assuming that you made this card. I have to go up close. Look at how gorgeous this card is. Is that not beautiful? So I got a nice, beautiful card for Margaret, and I received a nice little gift card from Margaret for the Dollar Tree. So I told my son that I got a gift card, and he said, "Oh, I know what you're getting, Mom. You're getting crafts." And I said, "You got that right." So Margaret, thank you so much for thinking of me. Edie, thank you for thinking of me. And Laurel, thank you for thinking of me. How blessed am I today to have 3 people on the same day who thought of me and wanted to reach out to me in 3 unique ways. I love it. We had a very rough day yesterday. We had some bad news about some family. Can't get into it, but it was pretty hefty. And then my husband, Graham, many of you know Graham from being on the videos, had 4 seizures yesterday. So it left us feeling kind of, ugh. And, you know, I tell you, there's mountains in front of us, and we got to get over them, around them, or through them somehow. And I got through yesterday, and today I just didn't want to get up. I didn't want to do, I didn't want to go, I didn't want to be. And I did get up, and I went, and I did, and all the rest. And God knew that I needed some encouragement, and the card came, the tissues came, the pie came, and the crackers came. So there we go. So let's talk about some money saving tips when you're broke. Okay, let me grab my notebook here. And now some of these things you're going to go, well, duh, I know these things, Lynn. But you know what? I like to talk about things because I don't know how many times I've heard something over and over and over, and then I hear it again, and just at the time I really need it, then I say, you know how many times I've heard somebody say that, and I've never done it. So a couple things that I'm going to mention are things that we've been doing. Now, here's something that we did. We found this year, I don't know why this year, But we've had temperatures as low as 9 degrees. I think that's the lowest I've seen so far in our area. And my house is cold. And, you know, you can put on space heaters. You can do that. But now you got extra electric and all the rest. Okay, enough said. It's just plain cold. So my husband said he saw you get bubble wrap. You spray the windows with water and you can put bubble wrap on it. And the water will adhere the bubble wrap to the windows. Now, I know I'm going to hear some people, I could hear my mother saying, I'm not putting bubble wrap on my windows. Well, we went to the Dollar Tree. We bought some of the plastic that can seal up a window. So we have those on some of the windows. And Dollar Tree also sells bubble wrap. So if you're on a budget, you could go to a place like Staples or Walmart and buy a big roll. You could go to Dollar Tree and get a smaller roll. But I will tell you this, we covered all the windows that we could. The air conditioners, they were already covered, but we added the extra coverage to it. And we did what we could. And it definitely made a difference. So the heat doesn't have to be turned on as high. The bubble wrap is there. And you know what? It's not like you're going to have to buy bubble wrap again. You just take it down, store it away for the next season, and you're good to go. So just thought I'd throw that out there. Gas in the car, a tip my dad gave me. And, you know, again, I talked about in my last video with the money-saving tips on food. You roll your eyes in your head when you're a kid because your parents tell you what to do and you think they know nothing. And they know plenty. My dad always said you top up your car because from a full tank to a half a tank, you got a good tank of gas. But from a half a tank to empty, you got no gas. And that's how he always told me that. And he said when it hits half a tank to empty, it's gone just like that. But from a full tank to empty, it can take a while. He said, as soon as you start getting closer to half a tank, fill that tank back up. He said, you will save a lot more money. I challenge you for 1 month. Instead of running the tank down to empty and refilling it, calculate if you just keep topping it up, how much money you're putting in the car and how much less it really is than letting it go from half to empty. It just disappears and we're wasting money doing that. And we're trying to save money because everything is going up. I have a little notebook here and I've written down some notes. And I put down, don't go out from January to March. Save money, order online. At least for New Jersey, these are our coldest months, are from January to March. So variety of reasons. Don't go out. Number one, don't go out because it's cold, it's snowy, it's icy, whatever the case might be. Number two, don't go out unless you absolutely need to. With the pandemic and all the things going around, you know, save yourself from going in the stores and being in contact with people. If you feel uncomfortable with that, then don't go out. If you do need to order items, maybe consider ordering online. We talked about online shopping. I did a price comparison. Instacart versus buying it from the store. We talked about many videos. I have the Walmart.com orders. There's a variety of ways. Not going to go into that now, but maybe considering order online. You go, you order just what you need, end of discussion. Versus you go into the store and you keep throwing stuff in the cart. That's a possibility. I don't know. Maybe just consider the fact that how long could I go without ordering anything? Can I use up what's in my stockpile? Can I use up what's in my pantry? Even if it runs a little low, it's okay. That's what the stuff is there for. Maybe use this time as a great time to only shop from your stockpile from the next 3 months and see how long you can get by, and just don't go out and spend any money. Now, obviously, you're going to have to refill that. So you want to use discretion on how low you want it to go, because then you're going to have to fill it up, and you don't want to have to be laying out $300 to fill it up. So again, use discretion. Okay, couple more, and then we're going to end the video. Rotate your stockpile. Put like items together. We talked about that the other day. And use up the overflow. So if you find that you have 20 cans of tuna, maybe you don't need to, stockpile that much right now. Use that as an opportunity and say 5 of those cans I'm going to take and put aside for these lean times right now. I'm trying to save a few dollars. I'm going to use those cans up. Don't always feel that you have to save all that food because, no, right now is the because. Right now things are high. So use up some of the items that you have. That's what they're there for. Repurpose items. I've been watching all these people do declutters and repurposing their pantries. It's great. And they all have to be matchy-matchy. There's nothing wrong with you if you have a matchy-matchy. And they all have to be white, or they have to all be gray, and they all have to look pristine. And listen, it is great if you can do that financially. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But if you're broke, you don't have money to buy matchy-matchy. If you're broke, you have no right to be going to the store and buying these canisters that you can't afford, or maybe you can afford, but that money really should be put aside because you're building up your stockpile and making sure that you have $1,000 put in your emergency fund. So your emergency money stockpile, you need to refill that. Save your pasta jars, from your pasta sauce. Save your jars from your mayonnaise. Save your certain containers, you know what I mean. Save them and repurpose them and use those for storage of extra pasta, extra this, extra that. Use that in your pantry and stockpile. That food safe items, obviously, you don't want to use something that food did not come in. But repurpose everything that you have. Look through what you have and say, how else can I use that? How can I repurpose that? What are the things that I have? Things. Swap with friends. We talked about swapping food. Swap clothes. I see it on Facebook Marketplace. How many of you use Facebook Marketplace? It's fantastic. I saw 2 people the other day said, I have free clothes. You have to pick them up. They both lost weight, and this is the size they have, women's business clothes. And I was like, it was my size. And I was like, oh, and then somebody else got it. And I thought, this is great. Look for free clothes. There are free Facebook groups that people have free furniture, they have free stuff, whatever they have free, they put on there, and they're willing to pass it on to you. Look for free items like that. Look for things where, like, you can say to a friend, hey, I have, shoes and I can't use them, and maybe you can swap out clothing and maybe get a group of you together. And we used to do this, and I need to do it again. I'll have a craft night, and it's a swap night. Everybody bring whatever you want to get rid of. We set it up in my house, all along the house, and then you shop and you go to everybody's little area and you take what you want and you leave the rest, and everybody swaps what they have. This is a great time to do it. Swap your hobbies, swap out on clothes. Yeah, there you go. What are some other things here? Clean out your closets. Don't go and say, oh, you know what? I need a new coat. And then you clean out your closet, your hall closet, and realize you have 5 coats in there. I forgot I had this. It's probably been a year since you've had to wear it. And you have so many other things stuffed in there, you probably don't even know you have it. So you can save money by just cleaning out your closet to realize you already have 8 pairs of jeans. You don't need to buy another pair of jeans. So it's not that you're necessarily, earning extra money, but you're saving the money because you don't need to buy these things because you've cleaned out your closet. Don't discount going to Dollar Tree and Dollar General and places like that. They offer the same products, a lot of the same products that you can get in a regular store at a cheaper price. That's not to say everything is. I totally agree with you. We talked about on the other video, knowing your prices, but don't discount stores. I know people that you kind of turn up their nose that, well, I don't go to those stores. Well, you might have to, because sometimes that's all you can afford. Do your price comparison. You saw that I did a price comparison of 4 stores to find out who's the same, who's not. If you do need to go to the store and you do need to pick up items, price compare. When I'm at work, if I want to purchase anything for my office, I have to get 3 price comparisons. I am not allowed to ask for any merchandise that we need for my office unless I have 3 prices. And then we go with the cheapest. But you have to prove that you've done that. So make that a habit for yourself. I'm not doing it until I've compared it for 3 different places to see where I can get my best buy. See where else you can get free food. We have a church that's maybe 10 minutes from us every Thursday night. They have a food pantry, but it's opened up to anyone. I know there's some food pantries in our area. You have to have a card. You can't go without the card. You got to sign up for the program. This one has it available. You have a lean week, you have a lean month, you can head over there. There's nothing wrong with that. Swallow your pride and just do what you have to do. But I also saw there was a church that had, I don't know where they got the overabundance of food, but it was on a Saturday and they posted it last week. And I was working, but they said free food for anyone, whether you need it or not. We have an overabundance, and they listed everything. And they posted it on Facebook, free food. So I could have shot over there and picked up a few tidbits here and there. I was working, so I couldn't go, but there's an opportunity for you as well. Shop at thrift stores. I cannot say it enough. If you go on my Resume of a Mother Facebook page today, I had something funny that I posted about shopping at thrift stores, but you can go check that out. But anyway, shop at thrift stores. If you need home decor, you need furniture, you need clothing, you need kitchen gadgets, you need appliances, things like that, go. If you don't normally go, ask around to your friends. Anybody know of a trustworthy thrift store? Ask people which place they would recommend, because you can go to thrift stores and they'll say anything at a very high price and it doesn't work. Again, know your prices. Go to a thrift store. You know, you could buy this at a thrift store for $25 and you think, oh, it's a great buy. And then you go to Kohl's and it's $26 brand new. Know your prices. You want to go, and I always set a price. If I'm buying furniture, this is my price. If I'm buying clothing, this is my price. If it's above that, I'm not getting it. I am not getting it. So I always do it that way. So hit the thrift stores. If you don't know where to go, post it on your Facebook page. Looking for some good thrift stores. What do you recommend? I do that all the time. Get great information that way. Make homemade. We talked about making homemade food the other day. Make homemade gifts. You've got birthdays coming up. We just finished Christmas not that long ago, a few weeks ago, but you have a birthday coming up, or you need a hostess gift, or you need a get well gift, or just an I love you gift, or any kind of gift. Make homemade. Make a homemade card. Listen, make homemade. Get a piece of paper if you have to, fold it in 4 and make a homemade card. And you can put stickers on it. If you don't have, you don't have to have rubber stamps. You don't have to have all this stuff. You can doodle a flower on there. You can just write a little sentiment. Make a homemade card. Make homemade cookies. Make homemade loaf of bread. Make homemade something. Use that as a gift. Think homemade. What can I do that's homemade? Shop in your own house. We talked about this. You want to redecorate your home. You're just tired. You got the winter blues. I need to change it up. I'm so sick of these curtains. Well, take the curtains down. Maybe don't put any curtains on the window, or swap out the curtains in another room that you can hang them up, and all kinds of things that you can do. Shop from your own home. Take pictures from one room to the other. Decor from one room to the other. Listen, guys, if you have any money-saving tips for when you're broke, leave them in the comments below. Let's get this going. Let's see how we can help each other. We are getting through 22 with success, even if they're little tiny successes. We're going to do it. Hope you enjoyed this video. I love the comments. Thank you so much for being so kind. Love chit-chatting with you guys. I have noticed that some comments I see them and then they disappear. I don't know how I'm losing them. So if I've not responded and there's something you wanted to know or say again and you haven't gotten a response, leave it again. Know that I apologize. I do want to get to you. And I think that's it. Thank you again to Laurel, Edie, and Margaret for my gifts today. And we'll catch you all on the next video.